What is up, everybody? Today we are bringing the CT15. That's what we're going to talk about today. It is from Ctactical, so I'm going to dispel all the craziness, or at least my opinion of the craziness, ahead of time. I don't know if it's still craziness going on. I mean, they've been out for quite some time at this point. But yes, there are some people who believe that, well, I think the nice way of saying it is they got their inspiration from GoRuck. I'm a huge GoRuck fan. As funny as it is, though, I'm not a huge GoRuck backpack fan. I love, in fact, I'm wearing simple shorts from GoRuck. Simple shorts, simple pants, Mac V1 boots. I love the GoRuck brand. I love what they stand for. But honestly, I like their apparel and their footwear, I think, better than the backpacks. So anyhow, that's how I feel about it. You can feel however you want to feel about it. That's the great news about living in this wonderful country we do. So I have the CT15 version 3 Slick, and this one is 500D Ripstop Nylon. I'm going to go through it, my pack out, everything I got. I've been excited and impressed with it. I will say I moved, so my daily carry at this point has been, I probably bounce every 2 to 3 weeks between my Evergoods Civic Travel Bag 20 and the Bellroy Transit Work Pack 21 liter, right? So those are my two going back and forth all the time. I do have the Bellroy Sling here. I use that for very small day travel. Like if I just got to go out for an hour or two at the meeting, I'll throw some stuff in there. And I have a update video coming for this. But today we're going to talk about the CT15 from Ctactical. Yes, it looks like a GoRuck GR1 or Bullet or whatever. I went with the 15 liter. I like the size of it. I'm a big fan of a narrower bag. And I have a GR1 21 liter. I don't love it. I have a 10 liter Bullet. I absolutely love that thing. My wife has pretty much taken it over as her full everyday bag that she uses. And then I've played around with the double compartment 18 liter Bullet and everything. And I do like the size of that better. But this thing came in and it's really cool. And I don't know that some folks have reviewed it, what I think is really cool with the Ctactical. So first and foremost, we're gonna just jump into the pockets, look at how I pack, which this is the nice thing about the way I'm set up at this point is I can pretty much move between bags in minutes just based on how I'm packing. So we're gonna get into all of that. Before I do a deep dive into it and go through the pockets and how I have everything packed out, my initial thoughts and what I've been doing. So I've had it for probably a couple months now. I haven't used it at all until the last week as a everyday carry. I got it. I thought, man, it's a little bit smaller than I want. It's a really cool, like, bunch of stuff in it, and take it somewhere. But I didn't think it had enough organization or capacity, considering it was a 15 liter, to support my everyday. So we put a bunch of stuff in for football season, high school football. My son plays, and so that was kind of, it had like raincoat, blanket, towel, hats, stuff like that in it, right? This past Friday, we had a game in Pennsylvania, and it was pretty much rainy. It was like that mist rain all day. This thing sat on the bleachers with us for 2 hours. It was a long game, 2.5 hours, whatever it was. And I guess it was, a little over 2.5 hours. And it was fantastic. I was really impressed. Everything stayed dry. Water was beaten. I know there's some tests out there, and that's not the case if you get like drenching water. But 500D Ripstop did pretty good. You can see some marks in it from taking it and carrying it around. Every time I pack, I always get this, and I guess it's because I use a Cap 2 from Evergoods, but I always get that little challenge there, that lip, so that indent, right? The straps are probably the most comfortable straps I've ever had on a backpack. They are so freaking super soft and squishy and comfortable. They are absolutely amazing. And the zippers are incredible. Now, I will say some of the zippers are smaller than I'd like. This one up here for the top pocket and the one for their laptop compartment, I feel like they're small. But I have never, of any bag I have ever had, I have never had a smoother zipper It is incredible how smooth this thing. I literally just want to sometimes be like, just sit here and just use the zippers. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they treated them. I'm not quite sure what they did, but they are flipping amazing. So that's from a bag construction standpoint. I'm a big nylon fan. I don't love Kedora. Every Kedora bag I've ever used, I don't know. It's just stiff. Yeah, that's what I would say, and not in a good way. So that's just my take on it. I love the nylon. I love a softer feel of a bag. That's just my preference. So anyhow, that's why I went with the nylon bag. And the version 3, I was really hoping for bottle holders. I will tell you that's probably always my sticking point, and why I won't carry this for a longer period of time is because I need bottle holders. And yes, there are bottle holders inside. We'll get into that, but there's nothing like outdoor bottle holders. So anyhow, so let's dive into it. All right, so let's get into it here. We're just going to jump through the pockets and go through the entire pack out and show you what we have here. So first and foremost, there is a patch on the front, right? Ctactical, their logo there. I have my own patch on there. Train Hard, Trade Smart, Warrior Poet Society, John Lovell and his crew. They're just awesome. So if you know, you know. Anyhow, getting into the pockets, it has a front access pocket here. Open that up. It's got some organization in it and some depth, right? So it does go all the way down to the bottom. I'm never a huge fan of these pockets to begin with. So from my perspective, these are okay. There's not a ton of depth. Business cards, some variety stuff there, pens. You can tell I got a checkbook. I still use one of those. And mints. And that's it, all I got in there, right? So, but you can see it's got a lot of depth to it. Just from my perspective, I've never been a huge fan of these. I will tell you, I struggle with all front access pockets, even like the Evergoods and the Bellroy. I think Bellroy has one on this side, Evergoods has one on this side, and the organization. None of them are fantastic. I will say the side access, I feel like gives me more visibility into what's in that front pocket, but it's still not fantastic. So, all right, again, organization-wise is not crazy over-organized, or I would say, right? So we'll work on one section at a time here, but this is the main pocket, right? And so, you know, on the cover we have 2 compartments, and then we have just the main compartment. So my same pack out, right? I got a Moleskine and an iPad Pro. I've got the Cap 2, which I absolutely love. And just another quick peek in here, but as you can see, it is just filled with all sorts of stuff. I pretty much put everything that I don't need access to on a daily basis in my Cap 2, and I use that as the base of all my bags, which is fantastic. I love it that way. It's perfect. So we'll set that to the side. I always have a pack towel. Just, you never know when you're gonna find a pool or get wet if you're outside, so it's always good to have a towel. And I always just happen to carry this old school paper tablet with a rodeo pad in it, right? So, and that's, oh yeah, and I have one more journal. So that's it. This is nice and soft. This has a very like felt soft material feel to it behind there. It's got these little expansions here, and you still have this little lip here so you can put a full-size notebook back in there. Here's what Ctactical decided to do with cup holders or bottle holders, right? Not cup holders, bottle holders. I personally don't love it, but usually every bag I carry, my one bottle holder has my sunglass holder in, right? I got this years ago. It's a civilian hard case. I usually can carry 2 pair of sunglasses in it, so I really like that a lot. It's got some different options for carrying on person or on a bag if I need to. So yeah, anyhow, so I have that in one, which is nice, and so that actually works out really well. This pouch, I'll get into in just a second, obviously, you know, intrudes into the main pocket, but I was really impressed with how much depth is in here. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go to the cover here, right? So the front cover, front part of the bag, I got a hero clip and a towel. Honestly, I didn't really have much to put in there, so I didn't. I call this my bio pocket, and this is the same, you know, whether it's the Evergoods, the Bellroy, no matter what I do, it's usually this area because it's quick access. If I had the bag closed, I need to open up the main pocket just a little bit. So I got like, you know, just cheap holder off of Amazon for vitamins and such, right? Hair gel, contact solution. I always carry wipes. If you've ever had kids, I don't think you'll ever spend a day again without wipes. They just, yeah, you can't put a price on having flushable, regular wipes going around with you no matter what, from your bum to whatever else you need to clean crap off a rental car or whatever. Deodorant, and I have an air tag because I air tag everything that I think is of value. So that was actually pretty impressive with as much stuff as I put in here. I will tell you, this pocket is really questionable for me when it comes to depth between the manufacturers. And I don't remember at the moment if it's Bellroy or Evergoods. I want to say it might be the Evergoods bag, but I could be wrong. I struggle sometimes with depth with this pocket, with getting everything I just put in there, especially when you start adding the contact solution bottle and items like that. There's Ctacticals, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, yada, 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 right? If you're into that, cool. I honestly, that's probably the first time I read that. So anyhow, and that's it. That's the main pocket. That's it. So I do like these little tags here to help, especially if it's empty and I don't have any weight. I need to zipper it closed, right? Talking about the zippers earlier, got it snagged there. Anyhow, yeah, I'll go through the rest of this without repacking everything in it. So yeah, let's talk about this pouch on top here. This is another quick access pouch. Again, when I talk about the bags, it's almost down to my requirements at this point that I need some type of quick access on top. So I have lotion, and I have Advil, and a couple pens. I'm trying Tic-Tacs. I'm trying specifically to wait until the final to pull this out. All right, I didn't need to, but I wanted to tell you earlier when I mentioned about the depth. So that's a cap half, right? Cap 0.5. I've got a mouse, a battery charger in there, multi-charger. I've got a MacBook adapter, and I've got another couple charging cables in there. That's my cap half pack out. I was thoroughly impressed because I remember, I think I tested this out. I don't remember what bag it was. I think it was a double compartment, but I was really impressed that it's not super hard to get it in there. Obviously, it doesn't go in full width-wise. You're gonna have to take the one end in first and then slide it over. But overall, and there's plenty of room still in there for everything else that I just mentioned, right? And so I was really impressed with how much I can get in this top bag. Of course, as you saw before, it does intrude in the main pocket. And then last but not least, we have the laptop compartment, right? So if I open that up, another soft feel here. This is, you know, pretty much like a nylon. I don't want to say it's abrasive, but it's certainly not soft like that. And I have a 13-inch MacBook Air in there. So again, these zips, they are fantastic. They're a little small for my liking, but it does have double zips, so you can zip down at the bottom, or you can bring it up to the top. There is a water bladder pass-through if you want to do that, or a cord pass-through if you want to leverage that. We do have, I don't use the sternum straps, but they're there if you want. There is no luggage pass-through, so just you know, keep that in mind. Back plate is decent. I haven't had any issues there. It's super comfortable to carry from a bag perspective. So that's it. I mean, really, from my perspective, I enjoy it a lot. If you're good with carrying your own bottle holder or a water bottle and not having an exterior bottle holder, or if you really want, if you're good putting it inside, go for it. Fantastic. That's your call. I'm not real comfortable with it inside. That's my call. And so therefore, you know, I'll probably use this for another week or two, maybe 3. It's fun, it's cool, it's enjoyable, it's really comfortable to carry, and I'm not really inconvenienced by, you know, carrying my water bottle. Outside of that, I can't really think of a whole lot of complaints. I know I nitpicked a little bit with the smaller zippers, but I mean, honestly, they're using YKK zips all around. These main zips are bigger and beefier, but I will tell you, the zips are like butter, and these straps are super, super comfy. If I had any complaint, I don't know what the length durability is gonna look like on this. The stitching feels so flexible on these. I feel like they would rip, but so far they've held up really well. And again, I haven't had it super long term, so I can't speak to that. I don't know how the mileage will vary on that one. Overall, it's a solid bag. Cost-wise, you know, again, it's very reasonable priced. These are very popular because of that, and I totally get that. Maybe I'm just getting older, but man, I'm looking at some of the bags like $300 and $400, and I struggle sometimes with, do I really want to spend that much money on a backpack? So anyhow, that's what we got. I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope this helps, and have a great one.